welcome back, or if you are new, welcome. For today's video, we are going to be doing another Vogue tutorial, and today it's going to be the one and only Kendall Jenner. I love a Kendall Jenner look. I've done 2 already. I think there's 2 up on the channel. Maybe. Could be wrong, could be mistaken, but we haven't done a Kendall Jenner Vogue tutorial yet. If you haven't already, hit subscribe down below or my little face in the corner, and we'll just get straight into it, shall we?
This is what I would do if I'm like going out to dinner or, you know, doing something a little more than just like running out the house really fast. But
she's putting on a Chanel foundation. I don't have a Chanel foundation, but she's using a foundation. So we will also put on a foundation. Not wearing a primer? No? Okay. Okay, we'll put on a little bit of this Revolution Conceal and Define Full Coverage Foundation in the shade F5, because this is the only one I've got with me, apart from this one, which is a tinted moisturizer, which she is not using, so. She hasn't, oh, she's got her hair up. Put my clips in just because it gets the hair out of the face. I'm not about to put it up because I do look like an egg. Okay, let's proceed. She puts not a lot on, but still puts it all over the face. So we'll try and limit our foundation application here. That seems like enough. She's blending with a good old foundation brush, so.
I don't love to feel like I have too much on. I think the lighter the better, just some good light coverage. Yeah, when I'm done applying with this really soft brush, I use my beauty blender.
Choose the beauty blender to go over it. Mine's not wet though. I don't want to go wet it. It's fine, I'll use a dry one. She doesn't specify. So we'll just use this one. Not that it's going to do anything when it's dry, but whatever. Now that I haven't like smothered my face in that foundation like I usually do, I kind of like it more. Revolution Conceal and Define. Always been a fave, but now you're even better, so.
All these different colors. I usually go for this guy and this guy. Mix them a little bit. I'm like so not a professional. You'll see all the differences between like me and Kylie. Kylie's like a legit professional, and I'm like, you know what, this works.
Okay, she's put concealer on. I use this one, as always, the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer in the shade Fair Warm. She's put in quite a bit underneath the eye and bring it down here. She's got some down the centre of the nose, and she's done like this on the forehead. Which looks a lot better than mine, but whatever, we know Kendall Jenner, so.
But I respect it. She takes a lot longer, but you know what, she looks fire, so. I've seen like some magical moments though where she gets ready pretty quickly, and I love it. Bronzer time. So I usually start with like a creamy bronzer, and I love obviously my Kendall by Kylie Cosmetics. I just like to be able to apply it like a marker.
I don't have a stick one, but we'll go in with our Chanel Soleil de Tan Chanel. I always forget the name. I'm gonna use like a brush like this, and she puts it like here. I'm not gonna use too much of it because hers is more of like a cool tone. Mine's more orangey, but she puts it up here as well.
So I kind of just draw it on, and then I take this big kind of stiff brush, blend it all in. Probably have one too many steps when it comes to bronzer. My biggest fear is like putting on bronzer and having like lines on my face because I didn't blend it enough, or a line down here. So I love to like make not hot moments.
Okay, she's taking it down the side of the nose. I can't, this is gonna look bad because it's orange. We'll give it a try, I guess. I'm gonna take a brush. This is the only one I have that can be used for like a cream. Everything else has got like a lot of powder on it. So I'll just use this. And she's going down the side of the nose. Try not to put too much on because otherwise I will look like I've got an Oompa Loompa nose.
I'm gonna go in with my blush. I love creams first because like I said, I love like a dewy look. So I just think using like creams makes everything even dewier. No real rules here.
I have 3 cream blushes. I'm trying to figure out, it's not the peach one. I'm gonna put it back. I think it is gonna have to be this Rare Beauty one. More of like a mauvey colour, and the others are very peachy, so go for this one. Only a little bit though. This one's very pink, but whatever. She puts it like here. I'm not gonna put too much on. And here.
And then I'm gonna go in with this really dewy Marc Jacobs creamy highlighter.
I'm gonna use this, I have no idea what it's from, but this highlighting stick.
I'm going with my finger. Also, I think if I could only live with 2 makeup products, it would be highlighter and bronzer. I've just lived such an awesome life when it comes to like getting like the craziest makeup, hair and makeup looks. Like I've been transformed into so many things. I'd say some of my favorite transformations when I do Marc Jacobs, like whether it's a campaign or a show, he's just so awesome. Like he just has the best, most amazing ideas. Now that I've kind of done all my dewiness, I go in with a little bit of powder. I like this MAC, just like pressed powder. I use the little MAC spongy thing, and literally all I do is I go in right here under my eyes, around my nose.
Okay, I'm gonna use the RCMA color powder. I know it's not a pressed one, but I don't own a pressed one. Take my little poofy pad, and she goes under the eyes. Oh, that's a bit much. Hang on. We'll tap it out in a second. Around the nose. Basically just the T-zone, isn't it?
I love this Estee Lauder Bronze Goddess powder. So I go in over top of everything that I just did, just to add even more.
Powder bronzer, we're going to use the Soleil Tan Chanel. She adds it basically everywhere she put the cream bronzer.
Growing up, my mom had this like lucite makeup, this clear lucite makeup cabinet thing sitting on her like vanity, and Kylie and I would go in all the time and like play with her stuff and just be messy, and she only when she wasn't home, because I feel like when she came home she'd get really mad at us for like messing up all her stuff. I am now moving on to a powder blush, and I really love this little Stormy collection from Kylie Cosmetics.
I couldn't see what colour that was, so... Oh, I just found this blush. That would have been perfect. This is the number 7 blush tint in the shade Blossom, if you were wondering. I'm going to go into this e.l.f. blush palette just because it's got like this mauvey colour down here, and we're just going to take a little bit of it over here. I couldn't see what colour the blush was that she was using, but I'm guessing it matches the cream bronzer.
Brush my brows out now. I don't do too much to my brows, to be honest. I've finally gotten to a good place with them. Back to the Estee Lauder Bronze Goddess powder, bronze powder.
She doesn't even fill in the brows. Kendall, please. Well, I wouldn't fill in my brows either if I had brows like hers. Perfect brows. Whatever, we'll just brush them until we're happy then, I guess.
Back to the Estee Lauder Bronze Goddess powder, bronze powder. And just put a little of that on my eyes. Sometimes this Bronze Goddess powder isn't dark enough for my eyelids, so I use this Serge Lutens bronze powder for my eyes. I kind of apply in like little circles almost around, like on my whole eyelid. Like I go for the middle first, and then I'll come out to the ends a little bit, right in here. But because I'm not using like a super dark color, it makes my life a lot easier, so there's not really too much messing up I can do. You just kind of blend it all in. Okay,
she used 2 different bronzers for her eyelid because the other one wasn't dark enough, but I feel like this is dark enough for what we're doing here. But she said she just puts it everywhere on the lid and crease and like uses like circular motions to blend it out. Just popping a little bit under the eyes.
Kevyn Aucoin brown eye pencil. So it's gonna look a little bit of a mess right now, and then you'll see how magical it gets.
Okay, she's drawing a little line up here and kind of winging it out slightly.
Alright, so I did just a little bit smudgy on the ends, put a little bit of brown pencil, smudged it all out.
We need to use a brush now just to smudge it all out. I used a Primark brow pencil, by the way, as my brown eyeliner.
And then now I'm going to take whatever is like kind of left on the spongy side that I just used this for and just go in under just to make this slightly darker.
Okay, we're going to use whatever's left on this brush and just kind of add it to the lower, oh, went out of the lines a little bit. Add it to the lower lash line just to deepen it up, as she said. Did she say that? Don't know.
Now I'm going to curl my lashes, which is never cute.
Okay, she's curling her eyelashes.
I don't really have a technique. My lashes are just really long, so I have to like get them all in there. When anyone does my makeup, it's the one thing I kind of have to do myself. Just cause like I feel like I've mastered it almost, cause my lashes tend to, like I have good lash days and bad lash days. Like these are all my natural lashes, but sometimes they're just wacky and they don't want to follow instruction. So I have to kind of get in there and tell them what to do. I'll go in with my Armani mascara.
Okay, I do not have the Armani mascara, but I do have the, like this little Chanel one. So to stay bougie like her, we'll use the Chanel one. I say to stay bougie. All the bougie stuff she's used. Have I followed suit? No, but that's fine. We'll use this just to make ourselves feel better.
One of the best parts is my lip. I feel like I'm incomplete without a lip now, and if you would have told me 4 years ago that I would have said that, I would have been like, you're crazy. I would never say that. I never used to wear lipstick, and now I like can't leave the house without, well, that's a lie. I can leave the house without it, but it completes a look. So I have these two different ones. This is our secret concoction, so you're welcome. This is the Kevin Aucoin medium, and then the Giorgio Armani. There's a 12. So
okay, I'm going to use the NYX lip liner in the shade Natural and the Barry M lip liner in the shade Toast. I might have to go with a bit of a darker one just if she's doing any overlining, just because when I use lighter ones to overline, it does not look good. So I might just have to spruce it up just a little bit, just so it suits my face a little bit more, you know?
I love a good plumpy lip, so I usually slightly overline.
Yeah, I'm gonna use this Barry M one in the shade Chocolate first, not to do anything extreme. Just gonna add a little bit here and blend it with my finger, and then a little bit here. Oh no! Now we're gonna use the Barry M one in the shade Toast. I'm not gonna overline on the outer part, so I'm gonna use this to line that part.
I take the lighter one and I kind of go in the middle. I slightly like blend the outer line into the middle. Super nice, not too non-natural color. It's called a lip blush. It's really nice. And I honestly just do like a little dab right in the middle to just even out.
Okay, she's using like a lip blush. What did she say? I don't actually own anything like that and anything that colour. So I'm going to use the blush I should have used to begin with, and I'm just going to add a little bit of it to the centre of the lip because it's that mauvey sort of colour we need.
And it just feels really nice. And then I go over top of it with another Kendall Kylie product. I'm telling you, we made all of our products based on like what I actually use. So it's like so nice and so convenient. So I use this. It is so like, what?
I have this Laura Mercier lip gloss in the shade Gilded Berry. Hers has got like a bit of like a red tint to it, which is why I'm using this one. It might not work as well because this one's a bit shimmery. So I'm gonna add like the tiniest bit of it, not a lot. I wiped a lot of it off. Really getting up to the lip line because it makes the lips look a lot more plump than they are.
And I love like a good bratty lip, so that's why I love like a gloss. I think also glosses like make your lips look a little bigger than they actually are, so. This is kind of me. And then I'll usually like go in last minute because I just am a bronze obsessed. Throw a little bit more on. My KKW Beauty Bronze and Shine palette. So I use this one. It's a brand new one. I used my other one fully. But I use this guy even on top of, like I usually go in with the creamy, you know, bronze, blush, shine. And then at the end, I go in with the powder shine, powder bronze.
She's using a powder highlight, so I'm gonna use the Dior palette. And I'm just gonna mix these two together because it was kind of like a light gold color she was using. So I'll just use those two together. and add it everywhere we added the shine before.
Alright guys, so this is my final look. Thank you so much for watching my amateur makeup tutorial. I had such a nice time. Thanks for having me, Vogue. Bye!
Okay, I'm not mad at how this has turned out. I feel like we have a lot of the same steps though, doing cream products and then going over all of that with powder products. That's me when I say I'm going to do a minimal look. I'm like, I'm using creams, it's minimal. Adding like a small little wing to the outside, just putting bronzer on the... I feel like it's pretty much the same thing, except I would have definitely done my brows and not used bronzer to contour my nose. But other than that, I'm quite happy. Once again, I can go about my day, all done up, go do my weekly shop. Kendall, I knew I could trust you. I had faith and you didn't let me down. If you did enjoy, please like and subscribe. It would mean the world and so much more. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch this video, and I shall see you in the next one.